Hey y'all, what's up? JamiThatsMe here. Welcome back to another quick chat. Welcome back to the channel. Go ahead and let me know that you're here by hitting that like button for me. Tamika did 2 YouTube videos earlier this week, pretty much talking about everything going on with Xscape. More so really talking about her and her sister, okay? I didn't get a chance to talk about it earlier this week, so I am doing it now, all right? She tells the story about how she was left by her sister at that particular concert. She says that they were performing or something, and there was a shooting that broke out, and she ran to her dressing room, obviously, to get her stuff because that's where it's at. But she learned that the road manager and her sister had left. They were trying to get her to the vehicle, so she'll be safe, whatever the case is, but they left one of the other sisters behind. And so she was pretty much feeling a way about that, because when she went to the dressing room to get her stuff, she couldn't because the door was locked, and the road manager left with her sister and also left with all their money. So they told her they were coming back, but they never did come back. So she was really pissed about that. But she said on the show they made it seem like she was more upset with her sister, and that wasn't the case. She was more upset with the road manager. I mean, it definitely seemed like she was more upset with her sister than she was with the road manager. Now, as you watch the video, you kind of hear the daughter even talk about how she felt like her aunt should have never left her mama and her as a niece. So it's like, you're saying that you were upset with the road manager, but high key, I do believe that you were upset with your sister as well, if you ask me. Okay. But let's keep going. She also speaks on how toxic her mom has been, because since her and her sister fell out, she's been trying to mend things. So she's going to her mom trying to get her help, and her mama is like, no, I'm not helping you. Like, nah, y'all will figure it out. That's how her mom has been, pretty much, right? And it's funny because it sounds like she doesn't want to get in the middle of it, but she stays in the middle of it, so it's getting a bit awkward. And, Tamika also talks about how her mom is always making excuses for her sister, hence the way she sat up there and told her, you don't know what she may have needed that money for. Right? So you got that whole situation. Now, she says that when she saw her sister at the Soul Train Awards, she tried to compliment her sister and say, oh, you look so nice. I like your outfit. You look good. Her sister turned her back on her. Okay. She turned away from her and she ain't even say nothing. Like, girl, yikes. And I find that to be interesting because, Tasha, when you did your interview with Big Tigger, you were pretty much saying that's family. You don't act like that in public. You get with family behind closed doors if y'all beefing or got an issue, but in public, that's not how y'all act. But your sister is like, that's exactly how you acted. You ignored the hell out of her like you had a problem. It wouldn't have hurt you to just say thank you. It was really that simple, but I guess, girl. She says when it comes to the money situation, the only reason why she brought it up was because her sister was going around lying on her. It's okay. She said her sister was lying on her, and she was like, well, since you want to lie about some stuff, then let's talk about what's facts. We can get into that. Now, and that's the reason why she brought it up. But it was interesting because when I was listening to her, talk on YouTube, she was saying that she would have never brought it up if it wasn't for her sister, mentioning anything. But then she also said, I never brought it up. So this is what I'm trying to understand. One, in that moment, she said she would have never brought it up if her sister would not have been lying on her. But she also said she never brought it up, which sounds like to me she could have possibly never mentioned this to her sister. She said she never mentioned it to her husband. She hid it from him. He never knew about it because when it was time for them to pay taxes, he was sitting up there like, girl, why we owe money? Like, where is all this coming from? What's going on? Right? So I'm saying this to say I listened to Tasha's interview. Tasha said that her first time ever hearing that she stole any money or checks or whatever was missing, whatever the case was, it was cashed. She said the first time she heard about that was on this show. And I'm having a hard time believing that. But as I go back and I listen to the video, Tamika says 2 different things, right? At the same time. She says, I would have never brought it up. And she says, I never brought it up. So I'm like, what were you trying? I had to listen to it again. And I'm like, okay, those 2 don't make, it's not, I don't know. I'm like, could Tasha be telling the truth about that she didn't know about it at all? Because I have another question for Miss Tamika. If you never got the checks that were deposited into someone else's account, how did you get your W-2, 1099, whatever it is, the documents that they send out? How did you get those documents? Were they sent to your address by that time? Because after you saw the errors, you went ahead and updated your address. I would hope so. Or like when did, I don't know. I mean, I guess that's, yeah. Or did the tax documents go over to the other person's house and then they brought it to you? I'm just wondering, at what point did you figure out that the money had been deposited in somebody else's account, and then once you got everything updated, whatever the case was, like, where was the tax documents going then? I don't know. I just have some questions. Maybe it's too deep. But anyway, girl. So her daughter does say that her mom apologized to Tasha regarding the whole body shaming situation. She apologized, but they never put it in the actual scene. Like, they never showed it to us. Tamika says that she was crying and everything, but I could tell that she was crying when she was outside hollering and yelling all over the place. In all honesty, she also lets us know that she has gone to bat for her sister a lot over the years. She said she done been to jail. She been kicked out of school. She supposed to be in jail right now, fooling around with people, messing with her sister and her wanting to support her sister so much. And it's like, you got to be careful with that. You be going to bat so hard for people. Whole time they sit up there watching you act a fool, show your ass, because they know you will be the person to get tied up, because they ain't trying to get tied up. You know what I'm saying? They'll sail you up a river before they do anything. Those are the people for me that be throwing rocks high in their hands type thing, because that's exactly the energy that I get from Tasha. Because the daughter mentioned that Tasha had said something slick like, yeah, we family, but not by choice. Then Tamika said Tasha told Tiny, yeah, I'm going to turn up on this show. So I'm over here like, see, and you be getting over there on the radio shows and stuff, doing your interviews, and you be acting like you a whole different person with a whole different philosophy and a whole different belief system. So it's not necessarily making sense to me. It's not, girl, it's giving throwing rocks high in hands and stuff. But when we get into Tamika's second video, she's just been talking about how she's been kind of low vibrational lately, in so many words, because so much of stuff is coming out on television. She's getting flooded in the DMs, in the comments. She's doing these YouTube videos. She got a lot of people responding. I'm sure her mama is pissed. Do you hear me? I am sure her mother is pissed to the highest pistivity. Do you understand? Girl, I can imagine what the dynamics is. Like, girl, it was bad before, but I feel like it's definitely worse now. Okay, she was really worried about the season and how people were going to perceive it and how her family was going to do. So she wasn't too sure, but now she giving a little stressed. It's a little stressed, but she's appreciating a lot of the support that people are giving her, because she do got a lot of people that got her back, a lot of people that believe in her, a lot of people that trust her, and they just believe her story, considering the fact that her mom and her sister trying to play her out like she crazy as hell or something. And I don't really like that. But anywho, I said, I'm sure her family is going to ask her, if she's so concerned about what they think and how they feel, then why is she continuing to talk about it? That's what I'm thinking. I said, I bet you that's what her family thinking. Well, I feel like, number one, she can talk about it because it's her story and it's likely therapeutic for her. And if she's talking about it on YouTube, then girl, she got to figure out some kind of way to get a piece of that 30K back, because she ain't finna get it back from nobody else. Hello? So it's like, girl, go on, get to talking. Girl, go on, monetize off these few little episodes. Go ahead and get you a little coin or something like that. See if Miss Kandi can help you out, show you how to move and shake and move and shake and move, okay? Now, when it comes to the situation about, her sister taking her money and stuff, she said that her friends are telling her that it's so old, it's from the past, you need to get over what happened. BIT, you need to put those motherfucking friends over there with your mama, because you need some new friends. Because my friend's not gonna get on the phone with me and tell me that it's old and that I need to just get over what happened. BITCH, I've been getting over what happened for the past few years, but it just hit a head this time, so yeah, I'm gonna talk about it. Don't be trying to tell me, girl, I'm gonna remember that the next time you come to me talking about that raggedy ass nigga that you dealing with. I scoop back up off me, girl. You need to get over it. That's old. Either you gonna be with him or you not gonna be with him. I know he fucking Keisha from around the street. Okay? And he been doing it for a minute. And you been coming calling my phone saying the same thing over and over, but you ain't leave yet. What was it? Exactly, girl. Don't tell me what to get over if you're not finna get over that man and get under a new one. Shut the hell up talking to me, girl. I'm gonna talk about this 30K period, all right? Now, she also opens up and talks about how she still ain't got her sister number. Baby, when that whole debacle fell out about the whole dress situation or whatever, when all of that mess happened, let me tell you, that lady changed her number. Okay, Miss Tasha changed her number on them hoes. And the only person to end up getting that number, from my understanding, was Tiny. And that came from Miss Kandi talking about that on the Speak On It. Okay, Tiny was the only one that got the number, and the lady wanted to sit up there and invite them to her listening party. BIT, I wish I would. I wish I would show up to your after you done sat up here and ghosted me. Girl, I'm going to be a ghost at your party because I damn sure won't be there for real in the physical. Understand? Let's go ahead and keep going. So she speaks on Tasha and the Rocky situation, okay? She believes that Rocky made a threat. And she also replayed that. I feel like he kind of slightly did make a threat. When he said, when you sit up here and you make certain accusations about people and you put lies out there, you got to deal with the consequences, or you got to deal with what comes with that. So the question is, what comes with that? What are you trying to say? What comes with that? You got to deal with what comes with that. I don't got to deal with what comes with that. What do you mean? What comes to that? She ain't the one out here getting chastised or nothing. Y'all is. So who got to deal with what? What does that mean? What are you saying? Come to the front, please. Rocky. What is it? Rocky Bullwinkle? Whatever. Come to the front, please. Okay. What did you have to say? Exactly. All right. So she also didn't like how they had been doing interviews and stuff on the show, and they were trying to label her as crazy, which is something I believe I mentioned at the top of this video. I didn't like that either. I didn't like that either, girl, because it's given, if that's the case, y'all on the same level, because I'm hearing stuff that you're doing behind the scenes, and when you get in these interviews and how you be trying to be on TV, girl, you showing somebody different. But what's interesting with the television version is you try to show us a different side by not really interacting or something, but it's really making you look worse. So it's like, we see you, girl. All right. But anyway, now as Tamika speaks more on Rocky, girl, this got real interesting because she mentioned that Rocky is a bully. And Rocky pulled out an item, girl, a pow on Nikki Gilbert's husband of R&B Divas. Now, what Rocky was over there doing on R&B Divas, I don't know, because I can't remember Tasha being on R&B Divas. Maybe she was. I just don't remember. But he done pulled out a pow on Nikki Gilbert's husband. And after he pulled out that pow, baby, it was no more R&B Divas. And I'm like, oh, is that what it was? I thought it was likely, Nikki Gilbert probably getting into it with somebody else, and it was just over and done. I didn't know that. She also talked about how he pulled a pow out on one of the producers, and how that producer ended up in the hospital because he had a stroke. Girl, this is messy. I see why Rocky ain't really saying a whole lot of nothing. It seems like Miss Tamika might have a whole lot of tea on him, girl. What is really going on? My goodness. But before she pretty much wraps up the video, she pretty much talks about how, or at least to me, she insinuates that her sister praises Rocky like he's a god. She didn't like that Rocky, when they asked the question about her metaphysics with her sister or something, Rocky went and said something in her ear. And when the producers asked, what did you say? He said, I'm telling her what she needs to say. Basically, you're speaking for her, how she should handle her sister. And that's a problem for me, because now the way that you inserted yourself in their relationship lets me know that everything the ladies say about you inserting yourself in Xscape business, overstepping your boundaries, makes a ton of sense to me. It makes so much sense to me. Tamika did not like him doing that, okay? She didn't like him going whispering in her sister's ear. And that's what led to her saying that her sister kind of praises him like he's God. That is a mess there. Do you hear what I say? But I just wanted to come and give y'all my quick little thoughts on her videos and stuff of what she been out here doing. I want you guys to go ahead and hop down in the comments. If you've watched the video, let me know. And also let me know how you digested it and what you took from it versus what you didn't take, okay? That's all that I got. I'm Jamie, that's me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos, or follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Jamie, that's me. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.